Obviously I'm alive, guys. Obviously I'm doing another video. Hey, so guys, before we dive in, I apologize. um I didn't know that my last video sounded like a farewell for good. Like I was trying to get a message across. I'm not going anywhere. All right, who knows, today could be my last day, any day could be my last day. But after my last YouTube video, a lot of you guys, you messaged me, or a handful of you guys messaged me and were like, bro, is everything okay? And dude, I was just feeling the fact that like life is fragile. Memento mori. That is a Latin phrase that I have lived by over the years from my time in the military, man. Any day can be our last. That's what that saying means. You guys ever heard of that? Memento mori. It means remember the end. Remember that you're going to die. And that saying has driven me a lot in life. It should drive all of us. You guys got to remember that any day could be our last. Here's the thing. People know that they could die. They just don't expect that it could happen today. And we'd be foolish to live like that our entire life. So hey, guys, in this video, what you have to look forward to is I want to talk to you guys about what it takes to become a 1%er, not a top 10%er. If somebody would have said that to me when I was coming up and I was trying to like become a winner in life, they would have told me I was a top 10%er. That would have pissed me off. Because there was a time in my life, dude, where I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably the same, where you think you're doing pretty good. You think you're like, ahead of everybody else because you got a structured morning routine, you're focused, your goals focused, like you've got some career success. You feel like a big dog, man. You've gotten yourself together and you've moved forward in life and you've got some level of significance. But I'll tell you something. Significance without self-worth is one of the most miserable feelings. If you have a top spot, but you don't feel like a top individual, like it doesn't matter how much money, what position you're given, it doesn't matter how high you go in life, you're still like, it doesn't fill the void inside. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. It's like, what does it take to go from being a top 10%er to 1%er? And this will be quick, but you guys that are new to the channel, I'm Jeremiah Sullivan. I was a quitter in life. And then I turned into a top 1%er in the military by doing personal development, working on my mindset, getting mentored. And then as an entrepreneur, I became an infantry officer, then an Army Ranger, then an infantry commander. I got, for those of you guys that have been in the military, I was top blocked with every position that I was in. And, I ran 100 miles, I got out of the military and I built my company, and that's what I do today is I help business leaders lead the way that they know that they should lead. Okay, and I also help out newer entrepreneurs as well. I help them with the productivity and the mindset that they need to, and the discipline that they need to succeed as well. So bottom line, let's dive into the video. The Super Bowl was yesterday, right? And I think what I'm gonna start doing in these videos is tell you guys a little bit more about what's going on in my life and vlog a little bit in stride. I want to do more storytelling like that, really share my life with you guys. And then I'm actually thinking about rewinding the clock and going through my entire military journey and sharing all of my lessons and stories with you guys that I can recall today so that you guys can benefit and become better leaders. So actually in the comments below, tell me which of those you guys would like. Would you like me to go through and tell a bunch of military stories? Or would you like me to just basically do more vlogs and tell you what I'm going through today? Prioritize with those for me and tell me which one you guys would like. So yesterday was the Super Bowl. I don't know if you guys watched the Super Bowl, but the Super Bowl, like there's a lot of people watching the game, right? And I sat here and I watched a little bit of it with my wife, and then we racked out and I got up, I did my daily discipline, right? But there was a time in my life where the Super Bowl was a giant party for myself, and it was when I had some significance. It was when I had gotten to some success in the military, and we would go out, we would just turn the Super Bowl into a giant party. We'd get smashed, get tanked, eat all this food, and then the next day basically be a nervous, stress mess the entire Monday morning afterwards. It was this culture of celebratory gluttony, and I think that some of those memories were like, at the time they were enjoyable, but looking back on them, they really destroyed my confidence. like going in on those, like being very gluttonous and just going completely off the rails. Like it felt decent at the time, but the day later, a week later, like all of the after effects were horrible. And so one of the biggest things that I've learned over the years that like stops a top 10%er from becoming a 1%er is the things that they won't let go of. All right, I talk about this quite a bit, but a lot of you guys are looking for the strategy to become a 1%er, right? You're looking for something to do. It's actually what you need to stop doing. It's actually it's a removal process, like one of my mentors used to tell me. He used to tell me that success is subtractive. And you know, it's really been true in my life that anytime I thought I was doing well in life, I was a big fish in a little pond, and I wasn't around people that were doing way better than me. When I got around real success, like people that had it and had life locked down in health, wealth, and relationships, these guys, the top individuals, they were so disciplined and so structured that, or not just structured, but they were so free of all the shit that was holding them back in life, man. And I'll tell you, when I got rid of the lifestyle that I knew was holding me back, when I started like operating from a place of integrity, when I stopped fabricating, when I stopped, even just pleasing people, right? Like a lot of you guys will just people please. Like somebody will tell you to something, right? And then your response, you will cater to their feelings. You won't want to tell them the hard truth. I'm trying to get the angle adjusted here so you guys have a good angle. When you don't tell the full truth, you're people pleasing. You're pleasing their emotions. You're pleasing them so that you don't feel uncomfortable. Now, when you cater to everybody else all the time, when you fall off of your daily disciplines, when you don't listen to yourself, you're withdrawing from your self-worth. You're taking away from yourself. One of the biggest things that you guys can do to go from a top 10%er is somebody that's got one area of life locked down. They got some level of success, Maybe they got the body or they got the money. That's it though. That's it. They're not holistically successful. And they're doing better than the status quo. Like the status quo makes like, I don't know what it is, like 75,000 a year or something like that. So somebody that makes maybe 100K or 150, and they're like, yeah, I'm a six-figure earner, these are the top 10% thinkers, the ones that get that top block evaluation and they let it go to their head. Now, if you want to be a top 1%er, dude, you want to be a top 1%er, like you release from the fear of criticism, you release from fear, period, and you release from all the anchors that are holding you back from becoming that 1%er. Okay? So I always in these videos, I always drop down the Discipline Advantage worksheet, that guide. You guys can download that and start working on your daily habits, and that will make you tremendously better, and it'll help you with the removal process. Okay, but as we start wrapping up this video, I want you guys to really think about, where do you fall in the category of life? Like, what percentile are you? Are you a bottom 10%er? Are you in the medium? Are you in the middle? Are you at the front? Where are you? Are you an outlier? Where do you see yourself in the bell curve of life? Where do you see yourself in the bell curve of success? And where do you want to get to? Now, this requires having a brutally honest conversation with yourself. Not everybody wants to be a 1%er, Some people want just a simple, level of success. Like they just want their comforts taken care of and their stability. If that's you, then that's what you should strive for, and you should not like quit until you get it. But here's the thing, I have a feeling, and I know that when you guys start going for this level that you're seeking and you start getting it, you're going to want some more. So, one of my friends and I jumped on an Instagram Live today, and we were talking. They were sick. They were sick on the Instagram Live. They showed up anyway. And we started talking about the difference between 10%ers and 1%ers. The top 10%er, they probably wouldn't have shown up sick, to be honest. Or maybe they would have like half-assed their presentation or half-assed their delivery. But this 1%er, they showed up, and we're doing a video a day for 30 days, an Instagram Live every day for 30 days. Not only did they show up, but they delivered. And that's a 1%er mentality. A 1%er mentality is when everybody else is destroying themselves, you stay the course and you hold the standards. Guys, in your life, you are leading your people. You are leading your team. Okay, your family, your mom, your dad, your husband, your wife, your kids. Like your example is telling them what's acceptable. People don't listen to what you tell them. People listen to what you show them. So if you want your kids, you want your wife, you want your team at work to level up, you have to level up yourself. This is always how it works. This is the only fucking way. Whoever told you that leadership was anything other than the example lied to you guys. So when it comes to becoming a top individual, right? I want you guys to think about this. Like, what do you want to be in life? Do you want to be a top 10%er? Do you want to be the top 1%? And then what does that actually look like? Can you define it? Because if you want to be at that level, there's different sacrifices that you got to make, right? Like, you can be a top 10%er and still have this like crazy lifestyle probably, but you're not going to feel that crazy lifestyle. It's going to pull away at your self-worth. And no matter how high you go, no matter how significant you become in your team, your organization, how many promotions you get, how many accolades you get, you will constantly feel like a piece of shit because you don't listen to you, and you're constantly withdrawing from your self-worth by not fulfilling and not following through on the promises you're keeping to yourself and caving into your impulses. Willpower, discipline, focus, consistency. These are the things that are required to be a top 1% individual from my lens, from what I've studied, and from what I've had to personally go through to get to the level that I'm at now. I still feel like I have a long way to go, but I see the mark, and I'm very clear, and I'm doing the things that I need to do. I'm failing a lot, but I'm improving, and I know I'm on track, so I feel good about me, and I want that for you guys. So in this video, the biggest takeaway, guys, is like I said, is who do you want to be? Do you want to be a top 1%er? Do you want to be a top 10%er? And then what do you think it's going to take? What do you think you're going to have to give up to become that individual? I love you guys. Drop some love down in the comments. We'll see you guys in the next video. I'm alive and well. Hopefully I make it to the next video. Conquer all.